Building confidence through imperfect action. Embrace the imperfect path. What if psychology says that the key to unshakable confidence isn't about achieving, but about moving and embracing imperfection? Sounds strange, right? But stay with me, because today we're going to dismantle one of the most damaging myths out there. The idea that you have to be totally successful to be confident or even worthy. Let's talk about why imperfect action might just be your most powerful tool. The illusion of perfection. Somewhere along the way, we started believing that in order to feel confident, we need to have it all figured out, to show up flawlessly, to never stumble. I remember having many ideas for projects I was deeply passionate about. I did endless research, took notes, made outlines, rewrote drafts, and never actually launched them. Why? Because I felt it wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. I told myself I'd share it when it was perfect. Of course, that day never came. And that's the trap so many of us fall into. We associate confidence with perfection. But here's the truth. The more you chase perfection, the more insecure you feel. Because perfection isn't a goal, it's a moving target. The illusion of perfection paralyzes us. It convinces us that if we're not 100% certain, polished, and exceptional, we shouldn't act at all. But confidence doesn't come after perfection. It comes from action, especially the kind that feels messy, uncertain, and yes, imperfect. The power of imperfect action. Let's shift the lens. What if confidence isn't the result of flawless execution, but the byproduct of movement? Imperfect action is about showing up even when things aren't ideal, even when you're scared, even when your hands shake. Think of any successful person, really anyone you admire. Entrepreneurs, athletes, artists. They didn't become confident by waiting for the perfect plan or the right moment. They did the thing, scared, messy, and unsure, over and over again. J.K. Rowling was rejected by a dozen publishers before Harry Potter saw the light of day. And many other examples will come into your mind. They moved forward with imperfect action, and confidence followed. Every time you take imperfect action, you send yourself a powerful message. I may not have it all figured out, but I believe in myself enough to begin. And that, right there, is how confidence is born. Embracing the learning curve. But let's be real. Imperfect action comes with its own baggage. Failure, mistakes, criticism. You will mess up. You'll be misunderstood. You'll feel exposed. And that's okay. In fact, it's more than okay. It's necessary. Confidence doesn't grow in the absence of failure. It grows because of it. The missteps, the awkward attempts, the moments where you cringe looking back. These are all part of the learning curve. Every stumble holds a lesson, and every lesson moves you forward. Instead of fearing mistakes, learn to welcome them. They're evidence that you're trying, that you're stretching, that you're learning. And progress, even slow, clumsy progress, is far more powerful than standing still, waiting for perfection. Building confidence through habit. So how do you make imperfect action a way of life? You start small, and you build habits. Confidence isn't built in grand gestures. It's built in quiet repetition, in showing up when no one's watching, in keeping promises to yourself. Set goals that feel doable, not flashy. Want to write a book? Start with 10 minutes of writing a day. Tiny, consistent actions create momentum, and momentum breeds belief. The more you do something, even imperfectly, the more you begin to trust yourself. You create a history of action, a record of effort, and that consistency becomes your foundation for true, grounded confidence. You're not just thinking about doing the thing. You're doing it regularly, imperfectly, boldly, finding your own path. Here's the final piece, and maybe the most important one. Confidence doesn't have a one-size-fits-all definition. It doesn't always look like being loud, assertive, or extroverted. True confidence is authentic. It's quiet sometimes, gentle. It might not make a grand entrance, but it makes you feel grounded, safe in your own skin. Your path doesn't need to look like anyone else's. You don't need to hit the same milestones at the same time. You don't need to compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Define your own version of success. On your timeline, celebrate the strengths that come naturally to you. And keep taking imperfect action, not to become someone else, but to become more fully you. So here's your invitation. What is one thing you've been waiting to do because it wasn't perfect yet? Start it today, as it is, as you are. You don't need to feel ready. You don't need to have all the answers. You just need to move. Take the step. Make the call. Share the idea. Let it be messy. Let it be flawed. But let it be. Because every step you take in imperfect action is a step toward unshakable confidence. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are becoming. Through every brave, imperfect step.